Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? It's wee Paddy from across the Shuck, and you're very welcome back to the channel. And again, sort of maybe a different video because I don't show an awful lot of my larger knives. And this is a selection of them. And to be honest with you, it's nearly all of them. I don't have a lot of 4-inch plus knives. And the reason for that, oh, excuse me, I'm sucking a bit of chocolate. The reason for that is I don't carry them a lot. Now, just on a basic 4-inch single blade knife, I have a few that I'll show you here that I carry and use a lot. But the rest of them I tend not to carry. And I either got them because it was a gap in my collection that I wanted to fill, which is this one, or it was just an outrageous knife that I just adored the look of and I had to have in my collection. And I've got 4 customs here, 2 on this side, 2 on this side. These 2 are used, these 2 are not. And I'll go into the sort of reasons behind that. But the rest are working knives. And basically for me, once you get to 4 inches of a closed slip joint, to me that's a working knife because it's not something I need an everyday knife. I mean, I'm just going to take it out of my pocket now. I've been carrying this. This is an Ashley Harrison. It's just a little pen knife that's been done beautifully. Jig blue bone, which is gorgeous. And it's a little pen knife. And this is a absolute user for me. I just love this little slim pen blade. Nearly as much as I love the fat blade, you know, the fat pen blade that I have from Ashley as well. And you'll see that before this is out. But I love this just as an everyday carry, and it's an Ashley, it's an 01 tool steel, which gives me a little bit better edge retention than the basic Arthur Wright models. But to be honest, if I'm using either or, they need sharpened at the end of the day. They don't hold, the edge retention is not fantastic, but it's good enough for anything I'm going to do. Full stop, that's it, no argument. It's good enough for my daily use. And even with these, because they're such thin blades, they're, you know, thinly ground, they can nearly go through cardboard when they're half blunt. They genuinely can. So if it was a really heavy day, they would still make it through it. So that's what I carry normally. And it's only between a 3 and a 3.5 inch, or sorry, between a 3 1/4 and 3 3/4 closed length is my most carried knife. And so this is the bigger ones. All these are 4-inch or over. Where shall I start? Well, let's start at this one. This is an old timer. And this is their large Stockman, super Stockman knife. Absolutely fantastic. It's a Chinese made one. I have got American old timers, but this one, this is the same size as I believe the Case 85, is it? 85 pattern. It's a big knife. This is about 4.5. Let me just get it down here. This is just over 4.5 inches closed. Super knife, lovely big clip point blade. Thin enough that makes it a great slicer, great cutter, great user, but you know, it's big enough that you can actually use it for good hard use. Lovely walk and talk in this, cam tang, and you got the usual trapper blades on it. You have the sheep's foot, and then you have the spay blade. And the thing, the reason I bought this was that I wanted a big trapper because in YouTube, an awful lot of people, there's a lot of case buyers, and I do buy case, but I really didn't want to spend big money on buying a large trapper because it's not something I'm going to use a whole lot. And the Case 85 was quite expensive to buy compared to this, which was very reasonable to buy. It's a Chinese old timer, so it wasn't, I can't remember what the price, but I know it was probably half the price of the Case 85. And this is an 8CR19, which is about 440C, which is a great steel to have in a working knife. Fantastic, lovely knife. Really glad I bought it. But again, it was more for the collection than it was for use. I've used it a couple of times when I first got it just to make sure it was all right. And it is. It's absolutely fantastic. Here's another one. This is a made in Ireland. And I got this specifically because it was made in Ireland. And as you know, I am from the Emerald Isle. And it's a Grandaddy Barlow. Super big blade on it. It's carbon steel. It's been cleaned up, but look how thin that is. This is a destroyer of boxes, anything. It is so thin behind the edge. If food prep, it's just an all-round cracker. And this literally was cleaned up because it came in quite a condition. But I love it. It's one of those simple clip-on. Let me just show you if I can show you. Let me just close this up. It's one of the clip-on over the top covers. It makes it a bit of a noise sometimes, depending which way it moves. There you are. You can hear it a bit when it's open. The handle sort of moves about a bit up and down. There you go. Up and down because it's just clipped on. And I could maybe force them clips tighter, but I don't need to. It's absolutely super. The blade is solid. Just a super work. And this costs pence. This literally was not expensive at all. But it's a great way to show a Grandaddy Barlow and what their size like. This is the saw cut Delrin. It's in pretty good shape. I mean, it's a real usable knife, and I use this for mucky jobs. That's what this comes out for, mucky rotten jobs that I don't want to use a half decent knife for. And it's been perfect in that role, and it's lovely to have as part of my knife collection as well. Now we're going to go into a couple that are more collectible than they are for use, although this one did get some use in the beginning. I haven't used it in a while, to be honest with you. This is the Remington bullet knife. This is a series that's been made for long since Remington has sort of closed down. This one's from 1989, and this is the Trapper. It's got that lovely, it's a clip, nearly a drop point, beautiful blade. Really, really love that. But the blade that really just set it for me and mean that I had to have it is this big Spey. And this set off the buying of this knife to get it custom made. So there's the Remington, and it says on the cover, no, it says on the back here, this was made in 18. They make these once a year. Remington, for a long, long time they've done it. I don't know whether I think they're still doing it. I think GEC made the last one, but this was made in 1989. So again, the knife was beautiful. I just loved the Spey. This is what turned me on to Speys. But 1989 was the year I left the Navy. It was the year that I finally got sober for the last time, and it means a lot to have that year just commemorated in a knife that I think is absolutely super. Great fit and finish, just beautiful wood on there. I think it's ebony. It's a brownish, it's real brownish wood. I'm not sure what it was made of. I should go and check. It wouldn't be hard to find out. But it's just a belter, big, heavy knife. And then the next one is one of my more recent purchases, and this was called the Gift Knife. Now, this was made in Sheffield by T. Ellis and Son. An absolute belter. Look at the bone on that there. That is just so aged. This was given out in the Second World War to those going to war. And to be quite honest, a lot of these ended up in Australia. I don't know what the reason was for that. Maybe because of the colonies and all that sort of thing, they sent more there or not. But there's a lot of these out in Australia rather than in the UK. But they do come up quite frequently on eBay. Lovely big spear point. Beautiful big knife. Not super thin behind the edge, but this was for in the trenches. And then you also had your bully beef tin opener, one of the old-fashioned style, in really, really good condition. I don't think this has opened many cans of beef because there's not. This I think I actually did. I must have actually put a wee edge on it just to trim it off, but there was no real damage to it, and it would be if it was opening cans. So lovely. Just the workmanship. This is a solid work knife. You had your lanyard at the back here for putting it, tying it onto your belt and then putting in your pocket so you didn't. This would have been an important tool for somebody in the trenches or the battlefields. What a great knife. And it was called a gift knife from the royal family. And I think it was from the Princess Royal or one of the princesses. It was given because you already had the king's knife and things like that. So this couldn't be called, the royal knife. It was called a gift knife and given out to soldiers before they went to battle, to war. So, super addition to my collection. I just love that. Now, I was going to talk about, here's the start of the knives that I actually use a lot. And these are used if I've got a big, heavy box cutting day. Me and my wife use Amazon. I have Amazon boxes coming multiple times a week. This is the Rosecraft Nullichucky Jack. I just think it is absolutely, the bone on this is some of the best colouring in a dyed bone that I have ever seen. I adore this knife. Big knife, D2 steel, beautiful, large fat point, belly, everything you could want in a big knife and will do any job. It has a good point on it. It's just perfect. It is the perfect large knife. I love this full 4-finger grip. Plenty of room to spread my fingers out if I'm doing it, any length of time work. This is the perfect knife for it. Lovely half stop, lovely closure. Perfect. Inexpensive, perfect large knife. And then I just got this one recently, which is about the same price as this one. This is the Otter 3 Rivet. And I don't know why for years I did not buy this. I think it was because it's literally about 1/8 of an inch longer than UK legal. But by God, is it a fabulous knife. I love it. Again, look at that wood on it. It is, what is it? It's smoky oak. Yeah, smoky oak or smoked oak. It's beautiful. You have the 3 rivets on it where it's got its name. This has been made for a lot of years. I have used this to death since I've got it. Absolutely love it for eating a steak, for cutting up when I got a big box session down there. Again, just the knife will do anything. Nice blade, not too thin, not too thick, just great for an all-purpose work knife. And the comfort in hand with that wood is just amazing. Completely rounded over, as you can see. There's no sharp edges. So for lengthy work, much like that, lengthy work, absolutely fantastic. And again, I just got this. I think it was about £65 it was. And made by Otter. And Otter make just fantastic knives. They've been at it for years, hundreds of years. They've been making, good handmade knives. And that's what that is. It's just a good handmade knife. And it's no thrills. It just does what it says on the tin. So let's talk about customs. 2 customs that I use. This one is my Ashley Harrison, and this was inspired by this knife that I wanted a big spear on its own. And Ashley made this for me. This is quite a while now. This is an old knife. Again, this knife is used continuously. I just love this knife. When I went away, it was one of the knives I took away with me. If I go camping or whatever, out the back garden with Justin, this is always with me because I just love it. It's great for spreading food. It's great for cutting a steak. It's great for slicing bark off tree. It's great for just notching. It's just everything this knife can do, and it does it with aplomb, and it still has a point on it. Do you know what I mean? It's still, that big spay is just gorgeous, and the belly on it. Oh, this is one of my dream knives. I love this knife, and it's in the Trapper handle, which is one of the most comfortable handles Ashley does, in my opinion. And then he'd done this for me last year, and I just asked him, I wanted one of the half whittlers that he was doing, and this is what he called a half whittler. Jeez. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to take this blade out. This is on a single spring. You can see that. And when you've got one blade out, it's nearly impossible to get the other out without breaking your nail. It can be done, but I cut my nails this morning. It's got that lovely Wharncliffe blade, which is great for whittling. Just super. And this is it's not super thick, so it's great for any type of whittling, but it'll remove a lot of the stock. This one does have blade rub. And again, it's more because of the strength of pull, but it doesn't bother me in the slightest. You can see they don't rub. He has made it that they don't rub, but when you're pulling that out, when I was first doing it, I was trying to pull the 2 blades out, and I really did scrape it. But it doesn't matter. It was a working knife. Although it's a custom, it's a working knife. And look at that lovely little spay blade on there, which I think is great for going around bowls. If you don't have the correct bowl knife, this is great. The spay is a great blade for cutting around and getting your bowl out of a spoon or whatever. Lovely little whittling knife. I just adore it. And brass scales. I forgot to tell him I don't like brass. But I've actually now grown to love it on this knife. I don't polish it. I just want the tarnish to go on with it. And after this year's camping, it will be tarnished well, because there'll be lots of oil sap getting on it when I'm doing my whittling. And then I'm going to go to my two other customs here. One of them is a genuine custom, which is this one. And this is a Paulson custom knives. Now, Paulson is a South African custom maker. He's passed now, sadly. And this was made before the import ban on elephant tusk. And this is beautiful elephant tusk. If I could see, it's so hard to show you. It's just beautiful. This tusk is absolutely, it's a creamy color, but the actual, it's ingrained and you can see the tusk. If I get it, I wish I could show you this, but this camera does not show it, sadly. But it is just beautiful. And he done his own working on the blade. I've got the blooming Damascus. He done his own Damascus on the blade. I just think it is beautiful. It's not the same on both sides, but absolutely beautiful. And it's all the way around. All the if you can see that backwork, which really makes it stand out beautifully right the way around to the back termination. And there you can see the Damascus. But a gorgeous big knife. It's signed Paulson in the inside. And honestly, it's just a beautiful knife to have. And I love this pattern. Really love the pattern of blade on this. The next one is this one. And this is a Tony Bowes case. Now, this is one of the ones that they did. A limited edition was done each year at Blade Show. They were only sold there, as far as I know. Look at the centering on this. This knife is immaculate. It is beautiful. And I'm sorry it's not all perfect because I do carry it and use it sometimes, but not very often is the honest truth. But, you know, it has got a bit of marking on it and that's all right. It's my collection piece. It was just, and especially now that Tony Bowes is gone, it means even more. You have that beautiful clip, California, with just a slim clip point, I would call it. It's a trapper. And then you have this blade, which is just to die for. Look at that for a Skinner. Isn't that just beautiful? Absolutely stunning Skinner blade. I just love that swedge, everything about it, the upturned. And this is an ATS 34, which only this one lot that Tony Bowes used to do were made with a higher steel on them. This is a fantastic steel as well. There's a half stop, but look, you just slam them back down. They both go up the middle, centered, back spring, absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Lovely terminations. And this is what, these were made by Case's hierarchy in the cutlery factory. These were the tradesmen that were there that took on the Tony Bowes special each year. And he actually went in and talked them through what way he wanted it made, how he wanted to finish. But the bone on this is just beautiful. And that shield is to die for. A beautiful shield. Just look at that. Spun pins. I think it's lovely. This was from the Millennium, the 2000. This was a 2000. So to me, this is a custom. It is just a beautiful knife that not many people will have. So I am very, very happy to have it in my collection. So that's the big knives that I sort of use, don't use. You know, more. These are all ones that are in my collection for just being big, good work knives. The last one is just, I bought it because I had to. This one is the Rough Rider Reserve. And this is just, I've forgotten the bloody name of it now. It's gone out of my head. Why do I not write these names down before I start? I don't know. But this is a 4.5-inch blade, which is just phenomenal. 5-inch handle. I think it might even be bigger than 5-inch. Yeah, it is. It's about 5.5-inch handle. This is just a behemoth of a knife. You've got G10, you've got micarta, you've got this 3-ring bolster, you have this beautifully bolster that goes out the way. So when you're up here and you want to use it, you're so secure. And it's just, what a gorgeous knife. Now, I know a lot of people laugh when I get that, but I love the look of this knife. This is a knife that I take out frequently when I'm sitting in here and I just have it in my hand, admiring this monster of a knife. And it's got a stock pin, so it doesn't slam. And look at the center of that. This is Rough Rider just going out of their way to, it's like a Navaja, Spanish Navaja sort of blade shape. Just absolutely love this knife. And I don't care whether people laugh at it or not. I think it is gorgeous, completely delicious. So there you go, 20 minutes gone already, and I think I've covered every knife there. But it's my collection of larger knives. The 4-inch to 4.5 inches, just as big a knife as I'm really going to carry and use. And I don't do it that much because most of the time I just have a pocket knife, which is between 3.25, 3 3/4. That's my ideal size of a knife. There is exceptions that I use on a regular basis. So there you go, folks. Paddy's away. I hope you enjoyed this little run through my larger. What's your favourite over 4-inch knife? Let me know down below. I'd be really interested. Even a couple of you want, but let me know your favourite 4-inch knife and maybe why you use it, why you choose it. Take care. I'm away for a wee cup of tea and I'll lie down in a dark room. Take care. Bye-bye now.